Wishing all my listeners a very, very happy 2019, and it gives me immense pleasure in making you realize that this is an year where 100% all of us can prosper. Mark my words, I said can prosper, because there are some lovely planets that are not only going to stabilize your life and your learnings or your realizations, but there are some of the planets that can destabilize you also. So people who are alert, who are aware, and who really want to make a difference in their lives, 2019 is the year for you all. It's a decade. It's a change of a decade. So it also says it's a change of your individual self. Now, having said that it's a change of your individual self, what is very, very important for you all to know, that this is also an year that if you've not been aware of your own self from inwardly, this is the year where circumstances are going to force you to be aware of yourself, of your desires, of your dreams, and how you can actually manifest them. That is what the astrological charts or the stars are going to guide us. So if you can take these guidelines and imply or apply it to your own selves, trust me, you are a winner all the way. So 2019, it is for you. Now, during the period or during the process of the year, there will be solar eclipses, there will be lunar eclipses, there will be retrogrades, which I would be informing you much ahead in time. Now, having that knowledge of your own self, you can actually build your bridges, you can actually work around the obstacles, or you can pause and wait for those retrogrades to pass, or those solars and lunar eclipses to pass, so that you don't end in frustrations or be taken in by surprise. Gemini, 2019 for you. Well, many of you will be seeking new employment or a change in your professional interest this 2019, and depending when you were born in this sign, that will determine what part of the year you choose. Those born late can seek change in January, some early April, but most will find it during the mid-May to end of June 2019. That is your time. Relationships and money will also be prominent issues around these times, but for some time or a long-awaited financial reward is definitely headed your way sometime in the mid-year, especially if you have sown your seeds in the last year. For some others, the major issue will be in close relationships and where they are going, and for some of you, the endings do take place by mid-year. Relationships and travel is best from late September to the end of the year. Now, this also means that it's very important to have a peek in your natal chart to realize what are your positives and your negatives, and what is the attitude that you need to take to actually work on your money factor and your honey factor. A little bit of knowledge of your own self will actually help you pave your way in 2019. Now, what are the personal opportunities for the Geminis? Well, Venus will remain in your sign from 4th April to 7th August, and this period will be when opportunities are definitely going to be available to you. Venus governs the money, love, relationships, and also what you most value, and as these are major parts of life, they are improved in this entire 2019. Especially if you're paying attention towards this and you have your self-awareness within yourself. Personal limitations for you, Gemini. Well, Venus goes retrograde from 17th May to 30th June 2019. Now, this may not actually be financially limiting, but it very well could be, and this will depend on what you spend. So the limitations are coming by the virtue of your spending gift. So if you're going to spend without a thought, then obviously limitations are there. But if you've managed your funds and you've done your savings, and then whatever is left behind is what you want to burn, By all means do so, and you have to take a categoric stances between April 4th to 16th May. You and your family or your loved ones could sit down and make a budget for yourself. I know this is a very difficult thing for the Geminis, but budgeting in 2019 will help you for the next decade. That's my promise to you. So overcommitment in this time will leave you with a decision to make. So don't overcommit yourself. So cut your coat according to your cloth. And regarding your finances, yet again, some of the decisions that you make in April to June will determine whether you are living within your budget or below it or right off the scale. So you need to recalibrate this. Debt may need to be looked at when the Venus is going retrograde. Joint financial affairs can provide some great improvements, but not until very late in the year. So if you are holding joint finances, it's very important for you to be crystal clear, for you to be transparent and not unnecessarily trust each other. It's nice to trust each other, but it's also nice to be transparent. Because when you trust each other and you're transparent at the same time, the things are much clearer and your bonding, your relationship will be much better professionally, and it can last a lifetime. In regards to your love, Venus again shows her influence, and personal and love relationships could come through some change in May and June. You may also meet important people for the whole duration of her stay, and you may meet people on a similar mental wavelength as yourself. Old problems and impatient fault finding can influence harmony in relationships for you in August and September. From late in September, an improvement is seen, and it is a period of expansion in your partnerships and joint ventures. In regards to your career, Venus may only be involved here if you are seeking higher wages and you are denied. Then the change could occur in May and June. Those born between 21st and 28th May could decide to enter into a new field entirely of what you have no knowledge about. But take the risk, because you Geminis are capable of learning on the field, and all your decisions start taking shape or should be manifested from March. And the best way to seek employment is in the creative or artistic fields, or wherever you feel that you can give your best input. In regards to your health, Geminis, your throat could be a weakened area for those born in the Geminis that are born in June. Be aware of the lack of expression of true feelings, a contributing factor. See, when we are the inability to express ourselves hampers the communications, and communications come from your throat. So that's how getting your throat chakra activated and refreshed is of paramount importance. So watch how you vent your hurt to other people whilst Venus is in your sign. So a lot depends on how you speak, what you speak. It doesn't matter that the meaning that you're conveying could be absolutely correct, but the way you are conveying could not only hurt others but hurt yourself also. And whenever we are hurt and we are stressed out, we get restricted in our throat area. So for those who suffer breathing or bronchial conditions, 10th August until 2nd September is a time when you need to seek that treatment, when you need to re-energize yourself. Now, in a nutshell, for Geminis, I would say that it's all about looking within. It's all about managing your resources. It's all about being confident of communicating your thoughts to the other people. It's all about the way you communicate. So 2019, work on yourself. Do some introspection. Know what are your pluses and minuses. And trust me, you won't regret it. Imagine the planets, or I want you all to understand this, that the planets always imply How you apply through your own knowledge of self-awareness is what rectifies the matters, is what improves matters in your life, is what helps you to have your own health, wealth and abundance. And what are the best dates for you, for your career or for your love life or for the opportunities that you need to take? Those dates have to be strictly followed through my own website, where I categorically write the best days for you in regards to your love, in regards to your money, in regards to your stressful dates. So you can take those cautions and precautions, and if possible, you should maintain a diary of 2019 where you write down through your natal charts of what are your strengths, and then you apply that in accordance to the guidelines. So in a nutshell, my plea for you there, for my listeners, is that it's imperative, it's important to know your natal chart, to know what the planet's message is for you, to know which are the areas that are affected for you, and how you can practically take the life in your hands and rectify, negate your negatives, work only on your positives. And there is nothing known as a weak chart or a strong chart. Basically, it is always a balanced chart, but if we are going to focus on the negative parts of our chart, obviously we are inviting the negatives, but if we are focusing on the positive of our charts, then we invite abundance to ourselves. But all this balancing can only be done through self-awareness, and this self-awareness can only be had in the truest and in the most purest form through your natal charts. So it's important for you all to get your natal chart, mates, then actually relate it to what the 2019 is trying to tell you. Once you imply and apply those things onto your life, there is no question that you can gain your health, wealth and happiness.